Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. It is time for us to do our after week 7 power rankings for the NFL. And as you know, this is not just a regular top 10 list like some other creators do. We do every single team and we put them in tier list format, going from GOAT, championship contender, playoffs, frisky, mid, fix something and we'll talk, trash, booty, but we'll still somehow find a way. It'll piss me off. I'm sorry. It's early in the morning and I am sleepy. Booty cheeks, Dookie booty cheeks, and the New York Jets. So we're going to go through each game as I see it over on ESPN, and we will talk about those teams. We're not going to go like category. We'll just do it just straight up as we see. So first up was the Cincinnati Bengals beating Pittsburgh Steelers on Thursday Night Football, 33-31. I am going to put the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know if I'm going to put them in the mid category right now. Now, they were trash. They were Dookie booty cheeks. They were very bad, but Joe Flacco has changed this team. Joe Flacco made this team an absolute wagon. Now, listen, they still give up 33 points, but if they're able, they only give up 31 points. But if they're scoring 33 points per game, listen, they're kind of like the Dallas Cowboys right now, where they're just going to get in these shootout type games and they just have the offense to beat you. I understand that the Steelers defense is trash, which we're going to put Steelers in the fix something and we'll talk category. They got to fix that. They have to fix their defense. I am not putting them in a playoff category. I'm not putting them in a frisky category, a mid category. I'm not going to say they're fully trash just yet, but they got to fix that fucking defense. And I'm sorry, I swore. They got to fix that defense. It's terrible. Enough of that game. We're going to talk about the Rams and the Jaguars. The Rams ended up beating the Jaguars. People make fun of me because I say Jaguars. Jaguars beat them 35 to over in, I believe it was in London or Wembley, wherever it was. I was sleeping for this game. I was bored. Rams right now, absolute championship contender, even without Puka Nacua. Matthew Stafford, 5 touchdown passes. Just an absolute, the guy could win MVP this year. He's that freaking good. And then the Jags. Listen, I don't understand how they even have 4 wins on the season. I really don't. They're terrible. They're one of the worst teams I've ever seen. I can't even find them on this list right now. Where the fuck are they? Right here. The Jags are one of the worst teams I've ever seen. They're bad, but I'm still going to put them in just trash because somehow they have 4 wins. Trevor Lawrence, one game will look awesome, and then the next game, he doesn't know how to play football. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't get this team right now. They're a win one, lose one type team. They're trash. They're just trash, in my opinion. The next game, we have the the Bears beating the Saints. They beat them 26-14. Saints, I'm not going to put them in Dookie booty cheeks, but I am going to put them in booty cheeks. Spencer has his games where he looks okay. I can't believe that the Saints actually have a win this year. There are worse teams in the NFL this year than the Saints, which is absurd to me. I thought the Saints were far and away the worst team. And then the Chicago Bears. I don't know what to make of them. They're 4-2, which is awesome. Their offense is getting better. I think I throw them in the frisky category, where there are games that the offense looks bad. There are games that the offense looks really good. They have weapons. They have the pieces. We saw Kyle Monangai have a good game. We saw Swift have a good game. They also obviously have weapons. Caleb Williams is getting better, but I still don't see this team even making the playoffs, let alone like a run in the playoffs if they do make it as like a wild card. But I am going to put them in the frisky category. I do think that they're a free team. You just don't want to play. Like the Pittsburgh Steelers right now, I don't think want to play the Chicago Bears because Chicago can probably drop 35 on them. So that is, I'm going to put them in the frisky category. Our next game we're going to talk about was the Cleveland Browns beating the Miami Dolphins. And I said that the winner of this game should be able to fire their coach and the loser should have to sign their coach to a 10-year extension. Listen, this was a booty cheeks versus a Dookie booty cheeks bowl, and the Browns came out on top. Quinshon is a star. I will say that. That is the saving grace right now of this Browns team, is that they have an amazing running game. Quinshon Judkins, 3 touchdowns. Dylan Gabriel, he got a win. Good for him, but he threw like 116 yards. And then something needs to be done with the Miami Dolphins. Just, holy God, they're bad. And the only team they beat this year was the Jets. That may be their only wins this year, is 2 wins versus the Jets. They are straight up just that bad. They got to get rid. They just blow it up Everybody, the owner to the janitors, blow it all up. They are bad. Very, very bad. We have the Patriots versus the Titans. Titans fall to 1-6. They're not very good. They're actually very bad. They had a very good first quarter. I'll give them that versus the Patriots. But then after that, no, Mike Vrabel kind of took over, and the Patriots are just on a roll right now. Drake May is playing out of his mind. Tennessee Titans just not a good team right now, which we all kind of expected. And then we go on to the New England Patriots. I think that they are a playoff team. They're playing like it. I just want to know why Mike Vrabel isn't giving the ball to TreVeyon Henderson. He sees that Ramondre Stevenson fumbles every time he touches the ball, but continues to give him carries. And I'm only really saying this because I own TreVeyon Henderson. It makes me very upset because I used a 6th-round pick on him, and he's not being fucking used. Okay. We had the Kansas City Chiefs blowing out, just destroying the Raiders. Raiders, I don't know. You know what? They're not very good. I mean, they lost. It's actually, I think it's harder in the NFL to get shut out than to get a shutout. We thought that this Raiders team was not going to be high flying on offense, but be competent. We thought that Geno Smith would make them competent. You know, they got hours, even though he's been hurt all year pretty much. Jacoby Myers, he wants out from a trade. Ashton Genty has a game where he's crazy good. Now 31-0, obviously. And this, I hate to do this. I don't want to do this, but I have to do it. Rashee Rice came back 31-0 versus a division opponent. They're the GOAT right now. I hate to do it, but there's really nobody else right now that I even think that is playing better than them. I'm not saying that they are the best team in football, but nobody's playing better than them right now. I mean, obviously you could be like, well, they're 4-3 and the Colts have a better record than them. I think the Kansas City Chiefs today would mollywop the Colts. So the Kansas City Chiefs, sadly, are going to be our GOAT team in all. And I know it hurts to do. It hurts. It sucks, but it is what it is. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. They beat the Minnesota Vikings 28-22. Philadelphia finally coming off of the losing streak, their 2-game losing streak, where they look. And Jalen Hurts had 326 yards passing. So all you hate said he can't throw or put to bed. Eagles again, after a win like this, they are a championship contender. But I'm not saying that the Vikings are the best team right now, which I am going to put the Vikings in the frisky category. I still don't think that their quarterback situation is all the best, even when J.J. McCarthy comes back. Again, I've never been a J.J. McCarthy guy. They still have a good defense. The Eagles, they took at that good defense in ways that they could with Jalen Hurts. And yeah, they just got a big win, scoring a touchdown in every single quarter. So yeah, the Eagles are back. They are a championship contender right now with potential to move up to become a GOAT tier. Next, we had the New York Jets, which we already have in the New York Jets category. They lost to the Panthers, who were 4-3, 13-6. I'm going to put the Panthers, they have 4 wins this year. I'm still going to put them, I'm going to put them in trash because they proved that they could put up points. They did it versus the Falcons. And then they play up the Jets. The Jets do have a good defense, but this team is so confusing to me. I'm not going to say they're booty cheeks right now, but they are just trash. You know, I like this for some reason. 4-3, they're 1 and finally got their first away win. So if they play all their games at home, they're absolute a wagon. But yeah, I'm just going to put the Panthers, I'm not even going to say a win. I'm not even going to say a win. The Panthers, who showed up and played football, beat the New York Jets 13-6. Our next game we're talking about was the craziest game of the week, and that was the Denver Broncos coming back, scoring 33 points in the fourth quarter versus the Giants to win 33-32 on a day that they honored and put Demaryius Thomas in like the Ring of Honor. Just incredible. Saw everything that happened with that, with how the number 33 was so significant. Just insane. I'm not, after a game like that, listen, great comeback, great story. They are a playoff team. The Denver Broncos are 5-2. You give up 32 points in the playoffs. I can guarantee you they ain't scoring 33 unless they're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, lucky for them, they played the New York Giants, and the Giants need to fire everybody within their organization. I am going to put the New York Giants in the mid category, though. I like Jackson Dart so much. I like Cam Scatterboo so much. You guys got to figure out this defense situation where I could be putting you in Fix Something and We'll Talk. That's designated for the Steelers this week, pretty much. Yeah, everybody should have been that game ended for the New York Giants. Just, you can't do that. You literally cannot do that. We have the Colts versus the Chargers. This was a good game. The Colts just put the hammer down on the Chargers. Colts are a championship contender right now. They're 6-1. They have the best record in all of football. They just put up 38 points on a Charger team that we thought was supposed to be a good defense. Chargers fall to 4-3, and I don't know whether I want to put the playoff category. Who they beat the Broncos this year? I think they did beat the Broncos this year, so we'll put them in the playoff category because I still think that they're good. They are just dealing with a ton of injuries right now. I like Justin Herbert. He just has his moments where he stinks very badly, but we'll see. I will put them in the playoff. Think they really have much potential to move up unless they start going on a run. They do have huge potential to move down, though. We have the Washington Commanders versus the Dallas Cowboys. The Washington Commanders lost to the Cowboys, their offense is crazy, which I said that I was going to put. I'm going to put the Dallas Cowboys in Frisky. Yeah, I'll put them in Frisky right now just because I think they know what they are. They know that their defense is going to give up 30 points a game, but they're going to score 40. I think they know that, and this is a team that you just don't want to get in a shootout with right now. They'll beat you in other ways than what like the Vikings will do, where they're going to up on you with defense. The Cowboys are just straight up going to try it out. So maybe if they bring in Max Crosby, it'll help them, and they'll 1,000% move up if they end up trading for Max Crosby, the playoff team for sure. And then the Washington Commanders, nobody can stay healthy for them right now. I think I'm going to put them in the same category with the Steelers, where the thing that they need to fix, I mean, Jaden Daniels, he's hurt again. Terry McLaurin isn't. His team is beat up. They're hurt. It could be a sophomore slump as well for Daniels. Now, he did get hurt, and people were comparing him to RG3. I think that's really stupid. Don't do that. It's kind of fucked, if you ask me, honestly. There are some things on this team that they do need to fix, and that's kind of fix themselves up. I hope it's not a Jaden Daniels. I made a TikTok video talking about how I thought Jaden Daniels was going to have a sophomore slump, and people wanted me dead. I digress. But yeah, the Washington Commanders right now, fix something and talk a little bit. We had the versus the Cardinals. Cardinals to me right now, Cardinals are booty cheeks. Cardinals are not good. 2-5. Yeah, they had a semi-competitive game with the Packers to me. I'm going to put them in the play now. We'll see what happens this week when they play against the Pittsburgh Steelers and if they can beat a team that can outscore them. And we'll see if the Packers can add defense again. They tried to versus the Dallas Cowboys, and then obviously they tied. That's not a game that you should be tying, in my opinion. But we'll see if they can take advantage of a weak Pittsburgh Steelers defense right now, which is, again, the highest paid defense in all of football, and Mike Tomlin doesn't know how to get his boys ready. I digress again. I will have them in the playoff category, and the Cardinals, they just suck. They're not good. They're big. I mean, they're better than these teams down here, but I would rather be a fan of Jaguars or the Panthers than the Cardinals. They're my most disappointment of a team. And then we have our Sunday night football game. Is the 49ers versus the Falcons. I mean, I honestly think that the San Francisco 49ers are a championship contender with Mac Jones as their quarterback. And I think as long as Kyle Shanahan is standing upright healthy, this is a championship contender type team. I honestly don't even care who's quarterback. They could Dylan Gabriel right now, and I might keep them in that same category. And then the Falcons, what is going on with them? They beat the Bills. They get blown out by they're mid. They're just straight up mid. 3-3. They beat up on the Bills. They lose this game in a horrible fashion where the offense doesn't look like it can do anything. They can't stop Christian McCaffrey. They get blown out by the Panthers. They're mid. They are just a straight up mid mid team. We have 2 Monday night games. Dumb. I hated this. This was stupid. I was up till 1:30 in the morning waiting for this stupid Seahawks and Texans game to end. But the first game, we had the Lions versus the Bucks. Lions are a championship contender. The Bucks are a playoff team. Bucks looked pedestrian without any receivers, pretty much. I mean, hey, I hate to see what happened to that sucks. Emeka Egbuka was somehow still playing, which I thought he was out for a few weeks. They'll get people. They'll get pieces back. Their running backs are all hurt. They still have Baker Mayfield, but this was just one of those games that Baker Mayfield looked human. And it may have cost him his MVP status. I think that's going to Patrick Mahomes now. And then the Lions, this is a game that the Lions last week, they got beat up by a team, they got beat up by the Chiefs because they were down people. The Lions did the same exact thing. They knew that the Bucks were down all their offensive weapons, and they took advantage of it. That's just football. And the Lions are a championship contender type team. If Jahmyr Gibbs is running like this, I mean, 218 yards on offense, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, they contender team, in my opinion. And now the Seattle Seahawks versus the Texans. Oh my goodness, Sam Darnold is awesome. They are a playoff team right now. And the Texans, Texans are booty cheeks. Texans suck. Yeah, I mean, their offensive line is non-existent. They're no. So that is that. And then week teams, we have the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens are going in the boot, but we'll somehow find a way to make the playoffs, and it'll piss me off. And then the Buffalo Bills right now, they're on a 2-game losing streak. After starting 4-0, they got... See, if you look at all their wins right now, Ravens, Jets, Dolphins, Saints. Nothing. Ravens, Jets, Dolphins, Saints. And the Patriots, Falcons. They're frisky. They're just a frisky team right now. They're not that good. They're really not. They should be 6-0. Just, they look week 1 because we all thought the Ravens were good. No, we found out the Ravens suck. They still gave up 41 points to the Ravens. Bills are a frisky team, in my opinion. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest tier list for the NFL. I hope you all have a great day. I'm going to drink my coffee, which it's disgusting and lukewarm. I'm going to go heat it up. Thank you guys so much. Be sure to hit that follow button if you are watching on any other platform that's not YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Thank you guys so much. 4,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I very much appreciate it. And yeah, follow us on all of our short form platforms, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, Snapchat. You know where to find us, guys. And read our latest blogs over on hailmary.media. Peace out, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you all. I might make a video tomorrow. I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out, guys.